Hey, what's up, man?
Hey, how you doing? I was just
I'm
playing with
good.
my
I'm good.
blob while I was waiting.
Oh, I got you. I was trying to get it on my iPad, but it wasn't. It didn't want to work for me, so it's like, all right, pull it up on the computer.
I always do mine on this old laptop that's 10 years old.
Oh, I got you.
I bought three laptops when I started college 10 years ago, and two of them are still kind of working.
Yeah. Uh, Old fashioned and over reliable always comes in handy.
Yeah, I'm just hoping they hold on, man. Okay, so we're among the Stones here with Cortez Wallace. So, for those who don't know who you are, tell us a little about yourself.
I'm Cortez Wallace, man. I like to consider myself a jack of trades. I do a little bit of everything, just because my understanding and philosophy is like you really can't master anything because you're always a student, you're always learning and improving. So I like to just dabble in a little of everything, I say. So yeah.
Man, I like that a lot. I keep a white belt in my bag that's unopened.
Hey,
It's
that's
still in
good.
the original wraps, um,
Okay.
just so it kind of reminds me to always be a beginner. Always, always start something new. Always try something different. Be a beginner at
Yeah.
something. So
Nah,
yeah, I've
that's
been
good.
trying to
That's
learn
pretty
some
thorough.
piano lately. That's because I do a lot of grips, so I'm like, well, might as well, get the hands some blood flow in them here and there. So let's tickle the keys, see what happens.
Nah, that's true. Heck yeah. I've been doing the same. I wanted to do what is it called? Simply Piano.
Okay.
So it's like an app that gives you it kind of like teaches you it like they give you songs and it's kind of like your own online teacher,
Oh, that's
but
cool.
it's just like setting times for it because it's like makes you be more consistent with it's like, well, I have to it's like a monthly plan, so it makes you have to, do it
Yeah, oh
rather
yeah.
than
You're
yeah.
paying some
So
money, you better do it. Absolutely.
exactly. Yeah.
That's how I am. If I pay any money for something, I'm getting everything out of it.
Hey, for real, seriously, you got to. Can't be wasting it. So
Yeah, for sure. Especially in this economy right now.
100%.
So
I got
we got a fan question that came in from Crunk Jim. They asked when you look online, like everybody idolizes people on the internet, and
yeah.
you look at the other influencers on Instagram that are putting out
Yeah.
athletic, knowledge. What do you look for in someone to look up to and maybe model some of your training after? And who are some
Um
dudes that you're watching right now?
oh I don't know the names by heart. Let me see if I can pull them up. So what is this guy's name? Hopefully my phone has been like really really trash. I guess it's a sign for me to get a new one. But it's this guy. I say I really look into a lot of like endurance training now.
Okay.
So I went down that phase of do like a lot of mass building and strength building, but a lot of key ones that we were always forgetting was grip and for instance because you use it for everything for bench press squats, you know, literally every workout that you do. So a lot of guys I see will always wear like wrist wraps and things like that. I'm like, yeah, you're doing that because you don't have grip. Like you don't
Yeah.
you can't basically adjust to what you're trying to do. So with the guys that I look for and I aspire with, if it's more of a versatile, they train for endurance, they train for strength, they train for grip, they train for everything. And I feel like that's more of a well-rounded person because they're not just focusing on, building, let me just build up this and forget about this. So I can't think of the guys that I'm looking for, but let me
Yeah,
see
it's
if
a
I can.
tough balance. There's some climbers that are really right in that zone where they have some great endurance, crazy grip, and they're training like everything. Eves
Okay.
Gravel is one that I follow that's just amazing. But yeah, there's some amazing dudes out there in that realm. Yeah, it's hard to find that balance.
Oh,
I've been
100%.
building up strength lately, and I'm a lot stronger this year because I've been doing that for about a year. But boy,
Okay.
man, if I get back in the gym and roll around with dudes, and I'm out of breath in no time. I weigh like about
Yeah.
210 right now, and it's tough. it's fun to, it's fun when you can get the strength advantage, but man,
Yeah,
as soon as they start moving around and you're starting chasing them, you're done.
100%. What got you into like doing grip training?
Well, I got into the grippers a long time ago, like maybe 13, 14 years ago. So
Okay.
way back, maybe even before that. Actually, my first set of grippers I ordered about 20 years ago. So
Gotcha.
it was when I was in high school. Let's see, I'm 36, so I was 16. Yeah. So like in high school, I wanted to have something that would be fun just to play around with. And then when I got into college, I thought, because I was already starting to look at colleges when I was like 16, 17, I thought, well, I'm going to have a gym. I'm going to have nowhere to train. You know, what's something fun I can do that I can keep in my backpack? So I thought grippers. So I ordered a set of
Gotcha.
grippers and I kept those with me. And that's all I did in grip for like about 10 years. And I definitely developed some kind of like real tightness in my forearm from doing that too much, because I was always closing and never working the extensioners. The things you wear around your fingers and you open them up.
Yeah, I
So it was
never
like
did
doing
those.
all bicep and no tricep, basically. So yeah,
Yeah.
I wound up a little tight there. And now that I've gotten into grip this past year, I've probably progressed as much in this past, like, I guess it's been 9, 10 months. In the 9, 10 months as I did in the 10 years before just playing with grippers.
Yeah,
Because now I'm talking to people and figuring out what to do.
Huh. Yeah, I gotta get some of those extenders. I've always seen them, but I just never thought to order some.
Yeah, absolutely. I can show you some ones that are pretty good. I don't have them right here, but they're shaped like Saturn, like the planet Saturn. They have little holes around the ring so you can put your fingers in different positions. And then you can also crush the ball in the middle. So crush and open. They're pretty awesome.
Oh, for sure. Definitely try that out.
Yeah, if you look at some of the guys that we follow and follow us, that with names like Grip or this Grip or that, you'll find some huge dudes in grip sport, because that's primarily what we do. We're hosting a grip contest 2 days from now, Saturday.
Oh, snaps. Where is it at?
Yeah, if you look at all the stuff behind me, you'll see all kinds of crazy weird grip tools back there, hubs and rollers and all kinds of neat stuff. So yeah, I really wanted to like rip a deck of cards in half and pick up a 45 by the middle.
Yeah.
And I can do both of those things now, which is cool. But yeah, the grip contest is going to be right here in our gym.
Okay.
But yeah, I guess it was grappling too. Grappling and wanting to be able to, when I was 18, 19, I started doing bouncer work, door work, like guard work. So I started dealing with people that were aggressive or whatever. And I realized how much grip came into that. When you're fighting with somebody that has clothes on, like actual street clothes, not a gi.
Yep.
There's pockets, there's buttons, oh man, it's just, your hands get messed up, zippers, whatever.
Right.
And you don't realize how much like hanging on to somebody and dealing with somebody. And people will say, if you're a good fighter, you shouldn't be tangling with clothes, right? You should be using their arms and doing it. Whatever. Okay, get out in the street and deal with some crazy dude that's hopped up on drugs.
Exactly.
And acting like nuts. And, might be way bigger than you and way more pissed off and more passionate about what he's doing than what you're doing. And go ahead and deal with that and tell me you're going to be able to do a perfect arm bar and take him down properly. No.
Oh, yeah. Not at all.
So, yeah, big deal was hands, grip. I learned that for bouncing really quick. And then being able to deal with awkward weights. So we do a lot of stone lifting from the ground, when you don't know where the balance is going to be on the rock. So it's similar to like, picking up a human. It's going to be really off balance.
Like the, what is it? Like the strongman stones?
I have those too, the round stones, but those are perfectly balanced. So just natural stones, big stones you just find in nature.
Okay.
Yeah, we have a bunch of those. So it's pretty wild.
I thought about like someone creating a gym like that, like just more natural gym, because it kind of gets you, it's more realistic. Because in the real world, when you're lifting things, everything is in balance and symmetrical and things like that. So kind of gives your body the understanding to prepare for those situations as well.
Yeah. Have you played with the slosh pipe? So it's a 10-foot long piece of PVC that's like 4 inches thick, and you fill it with about 50 pounds of water, and that fills it about 2/3 of the way full, and then you hold it on your back and walk around with it, and it just sloshes water everywhere, and the weight goes, all over the place. Or you hold it in your arms and you walk with it, and it kills your core.
It's called a slosh pipe?
Yeah, slosh pipe. Yeah, that's what it's actually called. So you'll find if you look up how to build the slosh pipe or slosh pipe workouts, you'll find everything about
it. Okay.
Yeah, it's a pretty cool device.
Yeah, definitely.
So yeah, you put a lot of content out on the net between nutrition and religion and spirituality and man, from fitness, mental and physical. So what motivates you to put so much information out there?
What motivates me, because it's like, well, a lot of us are unaware, and then a lot of people don't like to do research. But even when the information that I get out, like that I put out, at the same time, I always tell people to do research for yourself. Even the stuff that I tell people or I teach people, it's like, don't just believe everything I say, but also research it so you can get a better understanding for yourself. But what inspired me is just like, I love to help people. So if it's from fitness, I get it's like what's the word that I'm looking for? It's kind of like how you feel when you help somebody, when you get that feedback that you've made an impact on someone's life. Mm-hmm. So I do like a lot of reading. I watch a lot of seminars and things like that, like blogs and things like that. So if I feel information is very valuable and it can impact somebody in a very inspiring way, so I just put it out there. So I had to get out of that mindset of trying to help as many people and realizing I can help one person, and then that can make an impact as well. So once I got out of that mindset of oh man, you're trying to just inspire so many people, and rather than let me help one person, then it was like, hey, every single day, if I'm learning something new, just put it on the internet, no matter what it is. And yeah, just going from there, I just making like hashtags. So the hashtags just made it be more consistent. So like the Did You Know Mondays and things like that. I haven't posted that stuff in a minute because I took a break from social media, had to do like a detox, but yeah, I'm gonna get back on it as well. So just me liking to help people. Just that was my desire to just, this information age as well. So you can find out anything.
Yeah, absolutely, man. That's a big part of the reason why we did this too. It's just because you don't really get to find out exactly how people are training grip because there's a lot of secrets in it, which is really weird, but there is. Like, how do you bend a nail? How do you tear a deck of cards? It's a lot easier than you think to tear a deck of cards. Like, it's not difficult at all once you actually learn how to do it. Same thing with like bending a nail. Like if you just grab a deck of cards and you go crazy on it, you'll stop and you'll look at the guy that did it easily and you'll go, oh, he must be Superman. And it's really cool. But that's the whole thing, is it is really cool. And dudes made money off it for a long time, They were on stage all the way up until, when we were kids, we saw, I don't know exactly how old you are, but you probably saw those strongmen on stage back in the day, tearing cards and whatever, breaking baseball bats over their legs.
Pipes and all like that.
Yeah, bending pipes, exactly. So they made money off it. That was the thing. And so it was kind of held to a very small group of people.
Gotcha.
And now that really people aren't making money off of doing that anymore, it's finally starting to open up and people are finally finding out how to train their hands and get them stronger without hurting themselves. And I think that's huge, because if you wreck your hand, man, that just messes up your quality of life. That sucks. Oh, yeah. Hands are how you interact with the world,
Right, definitely.
So yeah, I know some guys that would really give you some really good insight about grip, for sure.
Okay. Yeah, definitely. That's one of the big. I thought about doing calisthenics, but then I was like, nah, or like CrossFit, but a lot of that stuff is just, I don't know. It's too like isolated for muscles. So like CrossFit is a lot of like shoulders, and my biggest thing on that is just like a lot of people that get in that is they experience a lot of shoulder injuries because you're doing the same repetition of, cleans and muscle ups. I'm all about proper form and things like that.
I know you're going to get into the kipping, right? Was that That's where we're really.
Oh,
that's where we're really going with this conversation. Is kipping, man.
The kipping. That's like the pull up, right?
It's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah, that is crazy, bro. I don't know how they even count it, but
if you can't do a pull up, if you aren't strong enough to pull up, especially most dudes in CrossFit are pretty light people. Honestly, they're not that heavy of people. We've seen a 334-pound dude do pull up with just like fingertip crimp grip. Okay, so if you're half that weight and you can't do a pull up on a bar, then you need to work some other stuff to get prepared for doing a pull up properly. That's all there is to it. It's that simple. Yeah. There's no shortcuts. I don't like anything that encourages a shortcut.
But that's like today's world, man. Everyone wants that. Oh, how could I get this in 20 days? Like it's not possible. Yep. Like you got to go through the process. But every it's like with the social media has made everything seem like it's an overnight thing, but it's not. But
yeah, exactly.
People forget the process and they just get accustomed to what they see and not knowing the backstory behind it.
Yeah, I really like following people that post fails because,
oh, yeah.
I think that's great. Like, honestly, show that you're not always on your game and perfect,
Exactly. Yeah, bro. I agree 100%. 100%. It's like post the whole thing. Like, and from the point where you're messing up until you finally got it, that's more inspiring because people can see the authentic, the process of it where I got in here and got it on my first rep. No, yeah. we know you all didn't do that. Like, come on. So 100%.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's ridiculous. It gives the wrong image for all these young lifters. They think, I'll just go in there and do 400 pounds in 6 months. It's like, come on, man.
There's no way.
Yeah. So, yeah, we had one of the top grip guys recently said, spend 3 years consistent training, you'll be fairly competitive. Spend 5 years and you'll probably be somewhere close to the top in your country, most likely. 7 years, you'll probably compete internationally. And, honestly, with grip, because it's a small sport, and if you actually try real hard with it and your hands aren't tiny and you just, because that's just going to screw you over. So it's just a fact. If you have decent sized hands, you're a fairly decent, decently strong dude, and you just stay consistent with it. Yeah, you can. You can actually compete in that sport. It's pretty neat. So it's just, cool. It's tougher to do with other lifting sports for sure, because, there's just monsters out there that are willing to do much more than, you're probably comfortable doing, honestly, or at least for me, I mean, considering how some power lifters eat and sleep and train and that schedule. No, I see top level gripsters that work out on their recliner, just gripping something next to them while chilling. You're like, all right, cool, I can do that.
For real, no, definitely. I don't have that. I did one physique show and that was enough for me. It's just like I have no desire to get that kind of. I can easily get to that physique, but it's like there's no need. I'd rather be accustomed to the way that I'm living now and eating everything in moderation. Relaxing when I need to, because eating too much, it's like it's not good for your kidneys. It's not good for your body. Your body doesn't need that many calories, or
it's amazing when you look that good, you don't feel very good.
Oh, not at all, bro. Like that's what made me cut down on like the way that I eat and the way that I lift, because I used to be 165, so I was way bigger than what I am now. But I looked good, but I felt so bad. Like I was sore every single day. Like, sleepy. And once I changed up my nutrition and the way that I exercise, now it's like, I lost like 10 pounds, but I'm like, I feel much better. It's like, I wouldn't, change it for the world. So 100%.
Yeah, definitely. That's the key is nutrition, man. I have eaten so much to gain strength this past year that I'm ready to cut down and find a good body size. So I'm hoping to drop down to about 180.
Okay.
I think I'll be pretty good there. Still have a decent amount of strength, but I'm 210 now, but I have pretty thick structure. Like you can't get close to reaching around my wrist or whatever. So.
Oh, dang.
So so
I see you got the, what is it called on your left hand side?
Talking about that guy there?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got a Wing Chun there.
Oh, Oh, snaps. How long you been doing that?
Well, I built this guy at the beginning of the pandemic,
Okay.
but I've been using him since I was a kid.
Oh, snap. That's dope. So
Yeah, I've
you've
done
been doing
martial
like,
arts for on and off for about 30 years.
sheesh.
Yeah.
That's dope. What kind of martial arts?
I did Taekwondo as a kid for about 14 years and taught it for a little while. Then I got out of that, and when I got into doing bouncing and whatnot, I trained with collegiate wrestlers and other bouncers and people in S2000 systems, Marines, and other fighting combat systems. I got out of that basically when I went to go further in college because I wound up getting a doctorate degree in performance psychology. And then now I'm doing a mixed martial arts system with a guy that trains he trains some MMA fighters, and it's a mixture of karate, jiu-jitsu, kenpo, judo, boxing, and stick fighting.
That's dope.
So yeah, it's pretty fun stuff. It's pretty tough. So yeah, the tests last a long time. Like a green belt test will last you 5 hours, and you'll get the crap beat out of you a decent amount of it. And when you test for black belt, it's like a good 12-hour long test, 10 to 12 hours long.
What?
And yeah, you'll be busy most of the time. I mean, they are just destroyed. Like basically when you think you're done, like you're probably 5 or 6 hours into the test and you're like, oh, I'm done, I'm dead. And they're like, oh, guess what? We're going to push you for another 4, and it's supposed to, like, in this art, it's supposed to change your conception of what you're capable of.
Mm-hmm.
So they push you to that point where you walk away going, all right, I can do more than I thought I could.
Exactly.
And then you're sore for a week, but I mean, at least you have that new mentality.
No, definitely. I feel like that's one of the biggest things that drew me towards like boxing and like doing like Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, just because it gives you that different kind of mentality. Boxing gave me a different kind of mindset of, strength and endurance and all like that is good, but it also has to teach you like patience, and it's teaching you perseverance and all like that stuff that you really can't learn with just strength training in general. So yeah, that's definitely something I want to do next, of just trying to. I was actually doing Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu down here, but then I stopped. But it's definitely, I used to wrestle in high school, so it was still
Okay.
the same kind of length, but I wasn't used to rolling and getting choked out by your gi and stuff. So that was that was a whole nother phase.
Yeah, it's a whole different world, man. You put on the gi and wrestle with those guys. They really know how to use it for sure.
Oh yeah, 100%. That's pretty cool though. 100%. Do you do like Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu as well?
Yeah, we do. Yeah, exactly. We do Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. That is in the system for sure.
Oh, dang,
Yeah, we do it gi and we do it topless as well, so that you can kind of get the idea of what you may deal with on the street or whatever. And then we have a street week system too, where once a month we have to wear street clothes for our rolling and for everything we do. And that's pretty rough.
Yeah. So what do you think is like the biggest difference between like, no gi and gi?
The biggest difference between no gi and gi is just the torque that you can create. When you have the gi, you don't have to rely as much on technicality, I guess. Technical armbar, technical wrist locks. You don't have to be as technical. You can really wrench them around with the gi, especially if you have a lot of grip and a lot of power.
Mm-hmm.
For sure. It's been a lot different being back in the gym at my weight now than when I was, smaller. So it's kind of fun. But at the same token, gas out still.
Gotta get back, gotta get that cardio and endurance. Yep. You got it.
Yeah, exactly. That's all you got to do. So who are some big boxers you're watching right now? Who are the top names that you're following?
Big boxers. I think his name is like Canelo.
Oh yeah.
He's out. So what I look for now in a lot of boxing is defense, but as well as like defense is like my main one, but also offense.
Okay. Did you watch Rigondeaux? Yomar Rigondeaux? He was a Cuban fighter that he was really boring to watch, but like technically just about perfect. His defense is amazing. A lot of the Cuban guys are amazing.
Hey, Rigondeaux?
Yeah, Guillermo Rigondeaux.
Check him out. Cuban boxer.
Yeah, and you watch Bud Crawford?
Yeah.
He's the best pound for pound in the world right now for sure. And Inoue fought a couple weeks ago. Japanese fighter Inoue. He's like a bantamweight.
Okay.
Inoue. That's how you spell his name. Man, he has cultivated a left hook that just goes to the liver, and he finds that spot on his opponent. And they say he's the hardest puncher below lightweight there's ever been. I don't know if he's the hardest, but he's probably one of the most precise. Okay. So you don't have to be a great hard puncher if you know if you can land it right there on the spot every time.
I feel like that'll be a very good tactic. Like if you were to learn the body, like where everything is, and then be able to precisely hit each spot, that would be such a problem because, in boxing, knowing where the kidneys is and the liver is, the lung is, if I'm able to precisely hit that, I'd be a threat because I know what'll get you and what won't get you, but what'll cause, problems and things like that. So that'd be something to look into.
Yeah, I just posted up like the best book there is on boxing a few posts back, and I'll send you a picture of it here in a bit.
Okay. Are you a big reader?
Yeah, for sure, absolutely.
Like what kind of books?
A lot of books on the way, on martial arts, on warriors, on Bushido and stuff like that. So and then a lot of stuff on just psychology and just how to traverse through the world a little easier.
Yeah. What got you into psychology?
Well, I worked as a bouncer for a while, and then I got recruited to work as an enforcement officer in a psychiatric unit. Mm-hmm. And I did that for several years. And, at first we had nurses in there putting them in 4-point restraints and pinning them down in ways that just, I looked at it and said, this is crazy. You're going to hurt somebody, and like, you guys really don't know what you're doing. So we kicked all the nurses out of there and hired a bigger staff of officers so that we could do shows of force. So it wasn't one-on-one or 2-on-1. It was like 5-on-1, because if you reduce injury, you're going to have more money. So let's get more officers in there. Then we taught them things like symptom escalation so they could figure out like when people were starting to get riled up and when they might act out. Okay. And after we taught them stuff like that, we started making sure the same officers, we were with the same patients all the time so they could build a rapport. So they were like buddies. And then the patients wouldn't want to attack them nearly as much. So I've started to realize through doing the work that it wasn't the physical, you can be as good as you want at martial arts or as good as you want at defending somebody. Someone's probably going to get hurt, Mm-hmm. You can try your best to keep injury down, which we did, of course, but still it's a dangerous situation. It's, it's crazy. So we realized that you can cut it way more down if you just never allow them to escalate in the first place. If you just keep them in a really comfortable environment where they're, pretty calm and they understand who they're with and you can talk people down. And then if they are going to get radical and escalate, you can show them that there's 7-8 dudes here that are going to tackle you and put you to the ground. And then typically even somebody that's, mentally challenged is aware enough of a situation most of the time to realize what's going to happen if they try something. It's almost like a survival instinct thing.
Mm-hmm. So do you think your years of like martial arts training has given you like another perspective, like another way to see situations that you face in life? Like, because the average person, when they're in these situations, they wouldn't be able to, think like foreshadow what was to happen, like, what you're just explaining. So do you think that your years of, doing this different kind of training, being in certain situations while training has given you a different viewpoint, I would say?
Yeah, I think that's the entire purpose of the training. Yeah. My training is entirely self-defense focused. So if I'm not visualizing somebody attacking my family, or if I'm not visualizing a real situation, then it's not real for me. So a lot of our training is like you'll have two pretty strong dudes stand at a doorway and you try to get through the door, or you have a phone at a certain end of the room and you try to get to that phone, things like that. So I mean, it's real type of training that simulates situations that you might have to deal with, for sure. Absolutely. sometimes even training on concrete, which is, very dangerous, but, you take it easy, you do it right, and you can get an idea for what it might be like.
Yeah, that's dope. I definitely would be down for that kind of training.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll send you some info about some, the difference between real violence and martial arts violence. There's a couple like police officers that did really good that wrote some books on real world confrontation. Rory Miller, Meditations on Violence. That's a really good one. And he's like a Portland police officer. So, he dealt with all the crazy stuff over here.
Yeah. That's a book called Meditation.
Yeah, Rory Miller, Meditations on Violence.
Meditation on Violence. Gotcha.
So, gotta ask you questions here. So, what do you consider your greatest athletic achievement?
My greatest, oh, as of now, my greatest athletic achievement. Shoes. I don't know if I even reached that point yet. I've did
that's a good answer.
Like I've did some pretty amazing things. But it's just like my way of training is I've been lifting for so long. I have to challenge myself and I have to make the workouts like gruesome. Like I don't want to be able to just walk out the gym like I didn't even work out. Like I want to be, breathing heavy as I'm leaving the gym, because that's the purpose. It's supposed to be challenging. If it's not challenging, then it won't change me. So I've did like box jumps, 40, 50-inch box jumps, extreme endurance cardio training. Well, now it's just like a lot of HIIT training. So I would do like recently I did to go from deadlift. So like I was doing like 315 pounds deadlift into box jumps into squats. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think I've reached it yet, but I've done some pretty intense workouts, but nothing that's like this is an achievement stamp. Not yet.
Okay. Yeah, that's pretty good thing to want to be able to say, though, is that when I walk out of the gym, I'm pretty wasted every time. So that's pretty good.
Oh yeah,
that's a good achievement.
Yeah.
On the other end, what's your greatest blunder or injury?
Oh my greatest injury. For like fitness wise, like working out, or in general?
Yeah, typically like a blunder, like a silly mistake you made that may have resulted in injury or not.
So I'll do two. I did one recently. So I was doing like push-ups and dips and things like that. My problem is now I'm so used to HIIT training that I don't do like a rest period now, but I know that I need to. But I'd be so ready to work out that I do like a set, and I should take like a minute or two to rest and let my body recuperate. But sometimes I don't. So I was doing dips and I was knocking them out, and then instantly I felt like a sharp pain go across my chest. So I stopped. But I think I didn't pull it, but I feel like I strained it because it was sore for like 2 days. So I had to take I took like 2 or 3 days off to just like, I can't do anything. But I wanted to go work out, but I was like, I can't. Like I don't want to risk it of hurting it even more. So I just like chilled out, and now it's getting better. I still haven't did chest. I'm still just like, let me just ease back into this. So every other body part I can do, but chest is like, I don't know. I'm scared if I have doing some chest press and it just gives out or something. That's the last thing. But I've had I injured my shoulder. First, I was playing football, so we had like intramural football with the family. I ran and scored a touchdown. But instead of me walking in, I jumped and rolled and then messed it up a little bit. And then the next day I was doing shoulder press and it gave out. So stuff like that is it's scary, because now it's you're so fitness has turned to more of a less from a getting results to more of like a stress reliever. So when I'm doing like hitting the bag and I'm working out, it's kind of like meditation now. So when you don't have that chance to do it, it's kind of like, all right, now what else can I do? It's kind of like you don't know what else to do. This is like my bread and butter right here.
Yeah, so. Nothing to do with your time, and you get fidgety and whatnot. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah, man. So yeah, stuff like that is kind of it gives you a big awareness of like, yeah, like things are gonna happen. You can't control everything, but and it also helps you be more creative of, all right, what's another outlet? It helps you create another outlet of, dealing with your stress or things like that. So now I do a lot of cooking as well to like help with that as well. So yeah, my shoulder and my chest. Chest is hopefully it's back. I'm gonna try to do something today, but it's gonna be really, really light.
Yeah, for sure, man. I saw a video of a guy tearing his pec not too long ago.
Oh yes,
rose way up, and you're like, oh, what is that? It's crazy.
Oh my god, that looks just so nasty. I don't know how, bro. Like, man, that's the worst.
Yeah, that one was just brutal. I have no idea.
What about you? What's some horrible injuries that you faced?
I've been lucky, man. I haven't had any major injuries. Oh, this is my brother Adam. He just popped in. Oh, this is Adam. This is Tez. What's up, Tez? What are you doing? Cortez Wallace.
What's up?
Yeah, we're just chit-chatting here. So he asked, what are some horrible injuries that we've had? I've been fairly lucky. I haven't had any real major injuries. Honestly, I've probably pushed myself a little hard with grip stuff and wound up, being a little sore from that. And obviously not working my extensions enough and getting, like tendonitis stuff. There's been times, this is crazy, where I'll wake up and my hand will be completely numb. Like both my hands will be completely numb, and I'll have to like take this hand and stretch the fingers out like this and push them and get them straight, and like, and it'll like hurt to do this because I've worked them so much this way that all those muscles are just like at night, just and the extensioners, they're so weak they can't do anything about it. They're just going, oh, whatever, go ahead, take over. So, funny story about that. I was gripping a whole lot one day when I was dating this gal way back in college, and I was working the grippers like crazy that day. And then at night, I got woken up to an elbow to the head, boom, because apparently I had squeezed her thigh, thinking it was maybe a gripper in my sleep, and I had latched on and squeezed it just about as hard as you could imagine. What? And she's elbowed me in the head, like, let me go. What is wrong with you? So apparently in the middle of the night, you may just grip stuff. So I have no idea if you're gripping a pillow or gripping a blanket or whatever in the middle of the night. If you train, your muscles do weird things. And if you train them that hard, that can happen. So, yeah, I think that was it. Not working the extensioners enough to where I caused those muscles to really take over a lot. Adam has a neat injury about doing a challenge that one of our friends put out.
So rule number one is don't do stupid challenges your buddies challenge you to. So broke that rule one time.
Gotcha.
We're gonna do a farmer's walk with I don't even remember. It was like 35 pounds in each hand or something easy. But it wasn't a farmer's walk. It was like a farmer's run, which you shouldn't do ever, by the way. But being hyper competitive, it's like, oh, I could beat his time. He's not that cool. And I mean, I must have been 85% of the way to the finish line, and I just completely ripped my hamstring. Came up limp as bad. And I had a slight tear in the hamstring, so that wasn't good. That was about 4 to 6 weeks out. And then just recently, I don't even know what happened, but coming back from a bulging disc in my back, so just recovered from that, and so been about 100% for like 2 weeks. So those are probably the two worst injuries I've had, and most recent ones, unfortunately.
Ooh, man. How was the hamstring? I feel like that's one of the most toughest ones to get and recover from as well. Like you use your legs for everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, you do.
You can work out, but you can't bend over. You may not want to press too much above your head.
Yeah, that was with my back. Don't bend over, but you can work out. I'm like, you can't work out then, bro. Like, what do you mean don't bend over?
Exactly. Yeah. That's nuts.
He's all, you can do strict bicep curls. Oh,
Yeah,
like,
everything
as
got to
long
be
as somebody
seen.
hands me the weight, I guess.
Yeah, you have to have literally have a workout partner. No days off, for real. That's crazy.
So, what are some lifestyle habits you subscribe to that benefit the average person trying to get fit?
Lifestyle habits? Who? Definitely get your sleep. I feel like that's one of the biggest things. Because just not getting enough sleep, your body is not able to function properly. With the mindset that we've been conditioned with now is I'm on a mission. I gotta get to this cheddar, get to the cheese, but it's like your body needs rest. If your body don't get rest, it's eventually gonna shut itself down. It's like it's just a sign that I need to get more hours of sleep. So that's one of the biggest ones.
I feel bad for graveyard people, honestly, man.
Oh man, I used to do it, but I had to switch out. I was like
even if they get enough sleep, I don't know if sleeping when the sun's out and going and staying awake when the moon's out is what we're supposed to do.
No, exactly, 100%. It doesn't seem right. Your body goes naturally like wires down once the sun goes down, but yeah, 100% sleep, nutrition, because even if you're working out 7 days a week, if you're not eating right, you're still either gonna pack that weight back on, or you're just gonna maintain. So either if I'm trying to get bigger, I have to eat more, obviously, but you have to eat the right food. You can't be eating pizza and burgers. Like, yeah, you're gonna gain weight, but it's going to just accumulate right into fat. It won't really help you in that instance. Nutrition more of on some. So for my eating lifestyle, I do like intermittent fasting until like noon, and then I do like smoothies and things like that. So I'm more focused on
like noon to 6.
Yeah. Well, I would say like from noon to like 8.
Okay.
So yeah, but sometimes I don't, like whatever happens. I know how to just go. I don't stress myself out. Like I'm not on like counting calories. That's just added stress. I'm like, oh, this has 800 calories. I can't eat this. No, if I want to eat this, I'm gonna eat it. Like it's point blank period. But between 12 and 8, I usually eat my food. I do like smoothies in the morning. I make probably 80 to 85% of my own food. If I do eat out, it's probably like, if I'm not with family, it's probably like Chipotle. It's like the same thing, just getting something quick. Yeah, eating right, nutrition, sleep. I would say, and just consistency. Like you have to be consistent with whatever you're trying to do. If you're trying to lose weight, gain weight, maintain weight, have to be consistent. So find out something that you like to do. If it's running, if it's weightlifting, if it's swimming, and just be consistent with it. You will reach your goal, and it's not going to get there overnight. You got to keep at it. And, hopefully find some people that's going to be consistent with you, because that makes it easier. Because it's easy to, I don't feel like working out today and don't, because, you don't have nobody else in your ear telling you, go work out,
Yeah.
Even though your mind is like, you need to go to the gym. It's like,
there's no one there. With you, man. Rib each other to get at it.
That's key. I feel like that's one of the biggest things people miss out on. So
yeah, I 100% agree. That was one of the first things we did was we were like, man, what time can you work out? Let's make sure we can do it at the same time. And that was a big thing that we focused on when starting this gym.
Yeah. What would you say is some key habits people need to build up?
Just stressing on, like you said, having a workout partner is helpful, because I know if you think that other person's working out, you don't want them to get better than you. You're like, I need to be there because he's gonna pass me up. I can't allow that. I better get my butt in there and be working with him at least.
That's true, 100%.
But like you said, I mean, sleep is so important. But I think really having a good recovery plan, especially as we age, is very crucial to your workouts. Being 30, 3. I can't work out like I'm 18 anymore. You have to spend a little more time recovering, letting my muscles recover correctly, and making sure I do contrast baths, making sure I do extensioner, so I'm not claw gripping all the time and waking up the wife in the middle of the night or something. But I think that's a huge aspect, and sleep goes along with that recovery process, and just making sure you're healthy on both ends, working out the right way and recovering the right way.
Yeah, definitely. I would definitely agree with that. Recovery is definitely, that's something I had to do more, like stretching, and even though it's like boring, but it goes a long way. But
oh yeah, that was one of the lifestyle habits I'm gonna hit on here.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. So I think for me, so I'm a little older than Adam, but I keep myself really flexible. I haven't had any real injuries. But every day I'll stretch a different muscle group for 1 to 2 minutes each day. Only 1 to 2 minutes, because if you stretch them too long, you'll wind up actually being counterproductive. And I think that, and they'll tell you not to bounce when you stretch, but I think that you can bounce when you stretch if you are staying between basically your 85 to 95% max stretch range. So you're not doing it to gain additional, additional stretch. So that's big for me, is stretching every day. And also I think that another thing that's really huge that a lot of people have trouble with is you got to make your goals personal. You don't got to look at these people that are like, oh, I want to bench 400 pounds because that's the number I need to do to be able to compete with these people or be in this contest or whatever. Like, we're in grip, and, honestly, like, you want to be great at grip, you got to lift, 400 pounds on the axle and some crazy numbers, right? Well, cool, that's happy and all and dandy, but, like, honestly, you need to realize what you can do and stay realistic to that and make small goals along the way that are personal. I think that's key.
No, definitely, 100%. One thing I talked about in the past is, like, one thing that would help guys in general is once they get rid of that, like, ego kind of lifting them when they're competing with guys in the gym, because at the end of the day, you have to do your workout. They cannot do your workout for you. You have to do it for yourself. And we forget that this guy they might have been training for 10, 20 plus years. So if you haven't been working out in over a year, you're not going to come and, like you say, do 400 pounds. There's no way.
Yeah.
You're going to rip something. You're trying to do something like that. So it's kind of like once you get rid of that kind of, it's good. Healthy competition is good. But when you're just when your goals aren't personal, when it's just trying to impress somebody else, I'm just trying to, better up on this person, then it's like, it's not going to help you, because it's not.
You're going
to slack off.
I think that's a good thing to keep in mind, as well as maybe you see them, as somebody that's worked out 10, 20 years, realize, hey, they're nothing special. If I put in the work and I work out 10 years, I could catch him.
Yeah, he can do it.
So if that guy can do it in 10 years, all I got to do is train for 10 years, and then I should be able to hit his numbers, if not maybe a little bit more. But now I realize, I can actually go from a 300-pound axle lift to a 400-pound axle lift. I just got to do it for 5-10 years, and I'll catch them. That's cool. I could put that out as a long-term goal,
right?
While I just set intermediate goals to get to that point, but realize, like you said, they've been working out so much longer, so it's not impossible. I'm capable of it, because they're not special. They're not,
Exactly. It's like anything. Instead of seeing it as it's like motivation, like inspiration, like I feel like that's what it is. It's not, I can't get to this. I can if I put in the work,
Exactly.
Yeah. One thing that was really cool we ran into is, here's the thing about ego lifting, is you're really strong in that groove. You're really strong in that bench press groove. You're really strong in that squat groove, and you're really strong in that deadlift groove. And we had a guest come over. I won't mention any names, but we've had guests come over here and there that are really strong in those moves. Okay. They could outlift us by astronomical amounts. Okay. I'm talking like deadlift twice as much as us and stupid numbers like that. Right.
Yeah.
And then we got them out of their wheelhouse a little bit, and we had them lift rocks, or we had them do grip, or we had them do other things. And we realized that there are not a lot of people that have holistic strength. There are not a lot of people that can lift a 280-pound, 300-pound rock and deadlift 500 pounds and grip some really serious grip stuff. Yes, and that's where we want to get to. We want to get to where we can lift the big stone off the ground, deadlift a decent weight, 500 pounds, not 6, 7, 800 pounds, 500 pounds. Okay, that's still a lot, but it's not astronomical. So I figure 500 on deadlift, 400 on squat, 300 on bench. You're pretty good, pretty strong, dude. If you weigh, 180, 200 pounds.
Yeah.
But if you can also grip, and you can also move, and you can also lift up stones and be strong in awkward positions, then in my opinion, you're more functionally strong, and you're going to do better traversing through the world than someone that's able to deadlift 700 pounds, but they can't lift a 300-pound stone.
Exactly. 100%. I definitely agree with that. Because like we were saying earlier, you're more versatile. Those are only three lifts: deadlift, bench, squat. Those are only 3 movements. And then some of them, you're using the full body, but it's not when you're training in those different environments. I did the round stone lifting, but a regular stone lift I've never did. I know it'd probably be super crazy, super hard, because it's so unbalanced. So I'm like, how do you pick this thing up? And and then you're trying to be, lifting with form and things like that as well. So I feel like that's totally different, and people wouldn't want to do it because it's their weakness. And guys don't want to be seen weak. They want to be like, I can lift and squat this much pounds. Yeah, but that's something I would usually do as well. It's like I would see somebody that's really good. Like, okay, yeah, you can lift this much weight, but can you do pull-ups? Can you do, you should be able to do push-ups. These are basic things, but most guys can't do it because they think just because I can squat and bench this much weight that I'm strong. But it's like, you can't give me 100 push-ups right now. Yeah. Like I see that as strong because you can lift your body weight. You can touch your body weight.
Just touch your toes, man. Just touch your toes, man.
Exactly. So all of those things that they think don't matter, they do. They play a huge role. They see it as a minor thing, but that's the foundation. And if your foundation is trash, then it's gonna affect everything. If you don't have good grip, grip is everything. Grip is, you use it for squat, bench, shoulder press. Lifting up weights, you use it for everything. That's why so many guys wear the wrist wraps and all these accessories, but you're ruining your wrist at the same time because your wrist gets accustomed to having that on. I can lift 100 pounds, but you're using it with the wrap. If you take off that wrap, you won't be able to do it because you don't have the grip strength, you don't have the control. So that's what something as I started to realize how much grip played a role into it. I started getting more accustomed with it. I started liking it more and more. So people will see me doing like the plate flips and things like that. They're like, what are you doing? It's like, yeah, I'm strengthening up the muscles that do a lot of work. My fingers, you use it for everything. I have to have strong fingers. I have to have a strong wrist. And that, went up with my bench press. Everything started growing up because I can actually grip the bar. I'm not losing the bar when I'm doing bench press or if I'm doing anything like that because I have it under control. So definitely something I would recommend for everybody. Like, you will see the difference once you start to focus on your grip.
Yeah, absolutely. For sure. I also think with what you were saying, all these powerlifters that use straps all the time don't have strong wrists. And the number one thing I think of, what happens if you get in a grappling match or a tussle with somebody, you might be able to absolutely deadlift 500 pounds or do something. Right. But if you can't move a 200-pound guy because your wrist strength sucks and you're in a grappling match because you get in a little scuffle, you're going to get your butt whooped. It's that simple. Because you don't have strong fingers and you don't have strong wrists. You can't control somebody all of a sudden. But if you have an outstanding grip, that person's not going to know what to do. It's going to be like, what the heck just hit me?
Exactly. 100%.
Oh, God, this guy just grabbed the heck out of me. I can't move all of a sudden.
So I'm going to show you something fun real quick that's kind of like the plate flipping. So the plate flipping is cool because you have to snatch the plate. Like, you really have to snatch it with your fingers. So it's real dynamic. you know, because you might catch it with just the fingertips or might more of the hand or whatever, you know, depending on how you catch it. So there's a neat tool I have right here that's just a sandbag that makes it so when you catch it, you aren't always catching it here, but because the sand goes out, you might catch it here. You might catch it here. You might catch it here. You might catch it here.
Yeah.
So you just get a basic 50-pound sandbag. You just toss it up, pinch it. And you find the fat part where there's some fat sand right there. Grab it. Grab it. You just do that. And basically, because the sand goes out, as you grab it, it goes from thick to thin. And it just gives you a brutal, brutal finger workout.
You get crazy and do 180 flips with it and stuff.
So yeah, that one's brutal because that'll get you the entire range of the pinch with one device that's using the same movement you're already doing.
Okay, you just got that from like the local, like
like a Home Depot or something. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. It's just a 50-pound sandbag.
Yeah, playground sandbag or something like that.
All-purpose sand.
Sandbag for flooding, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
that's all it is. So that's a pretty weird way of training. What are some weird ways or unorthodox training methods you come up with that helped you get either a lot stronger or quicker, help your performance a lot?
Unorthodox ways of training.
Oh yeah.
Well, now I do like fingertip push-ups.
Okay.
Now I don't know. I feel like I put everything together, so it's like I would say instead of me breaking everything up and just doing it individually, it's more like just a one piece circuit. So now my kind of
what's up with all the hand walking, man? Not everybody's doing that.
Or plate flips.
Oh,
that's unorthodox, man. The hand walk, I see you doing that and stepping up on steps
I'm used
and
to
everything.
Because my dad used to do a lot of hand walking growing up.
Okay.
So I used to do it as a child.
See, I can do that 360 roundhouse and make that look really good, but you flip me upside down, my balance is off. But spinning, my balance is good. It's totally weird how balance is like that.
Yeah.
Like I know a kid, there's a kid, it's so annoying. He's like 6 years old, or when he was six, I believe Cody could do it, 6 or 7. Dude, he could just ride his bike down the street, no hands all day long. Like 6 years old.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Not at 6. Nah, I can do that now, but not that young.
Yeah, exactly. Like he's like, whatever. I got this perfect balance. It's cool. And you're like, all right, kid was born with it.
That and Peyton and her weird balance on bikes riding on these little tiny skinny rail things.
Yeah, that too. So yeah, what's with the hand balancing?
It's like more of like, so I do a lot of balance training too. So it's working on balance, doing like the handstands or like going up the little box jumps, walking on the box jumps. I do one of them where you're like standing on a bosey ball. So you put your foot on the bosey ball. You raise one, like if I was standing on a bosey ball, I would raise one leg up and I would bring the bosey ball, kettlebell under, around and coming back. So working my core and my balance at the same time.
That's crazy.
So now a lot of training is just kind of to get me expected for if something was to happen, I would be ready for it. So like to try to trick up my muscles, like, I'm not used to this. But if I was able to get in that situation, I wouldn't be like super clumsy. I can probably maintain it.
I hear you 100%. Yeah, my goal with flexibility is to be able to wake up at 3 a.m. and drop into splits.
What? Hopefully.
I can't
do those splits now. Huh?
Yeah. So if you could start your training all over again with the knowledge you have today, what would you do differently and why?
Ooh, that's a good one. If I had all the knowledge, and if I was to start over today, what would I do different? I would not stress heavy lifting at all. I would not be really big into heavy lifting because I feel like it wore my body down a lot, and then it made me more like like accustomed to injuries, because I feel like when I lifted heavy a lot, I would feel a lot of pain in my knees and my shoulders and things like that. Because I'm not that big. The biggest I've been was like 165. Now I'm only 155 pounds, and I would definitely work on my grip, because I see how much of a difference it plays in everything that I do, even with like Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. If I have a weak grip, the guy's gonna get out every single time. But now that I know, if I'm big on like not using wrist wraps and belts and things like that. So just knowing how much of a foundation that these things do, I would definitely change that up. So not lifting heavy and focusing no more of having control, because form is everything. So if my grip is good, my form is going to be good, and it's going to be a smooth lift, whatever that I do.
For sure. I think a lot of big time weightlifters that lift heavy all the time, most of them are very unflexible and don't have much stamina.
Oh, not at all. Not at all.
So when you relate that to functionality and livability, it kind of defeats the purpose, like you're saying. So I focus strictly on lifting heavy all the time and getting bigger, I'm losing a lot of flexibility and stamina automatically.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I like that learning form without the accessories too. Learning form without a belt or wrist wraps or elbow and knee wraps. That's so smart, because, I mean, if you're already using those accessories and you haven't learned proper form, you're just going to really destroy yourself.
Yeah.
Not only that, is I don't same reason why Sifu does Street Week is you're not going to, in a situation, you're not going to be like, hold on, let me put on my weightlifting belt and straps real quick, and then we could go. I mean, it's not going to happen. Exactly.
Not at all, bro. Yeah, 100%.
Something's falling, you got to catch it. You're like, oh no, hold on, don't fall. Put this belt on first.
That's so true. Yeah, I've seen so many like young guys in the gym, and that's all it is. It's just wraps and belts, and I'm like, yeah, it's like, if you're lifting like 700 pounds, I understand that. If you're lifting like Ronnie Coleman, yeah, do your thing. But
buddy.
Yeah, that's the guy. But it's like the fitness. I feel like the fitness industries have it's like put so much stress on that. Yeah, you have to have all these accessories. When you don't, your body knows how to stabilize and do everything just right. So like he's saying, it's
gotta be one of the easiest things to make money on, dude. It's just elastic.
100%.
You know what I mean? They're gonna push that all like crazy because it's just elastic.
Don't forget your belt when you're benching 135 pounds.
Exactly. I'm like, why do you have a belt on, bro? Like, it doesn't make any sense. You're curling, you got it. I'm like, you're just gonna hurt yourself. But
you just put a belt on the bench, 135. Come on,
bro. I see so much stuff in the gym. I'm like, bro, I don't get it. But like sometimes I will go and like try to inform them, like, why do you have it on? But at the same time, it's like you say, it's unrealistic. I feel like I can say that I might start doing that too. Like if you're in a situation and something drops, like you're not gonna run and go get your belt. Like you're out of luck. So it's like you might as well get.
Let me get my gloves on. Hold on.
Exactly. Get used to it. So I definitely agree with that.
So, what's the most important piece in your home gym?
Ooh, the most important piece in the home gym.
Most important, and then also, what's your favorite piece?
My most important piece. As of now, my most important piece is my ladder. So I have a speed ladder. So I used to play football and run track. And then I did a lot of speed and agility when I used to live in Chicago. I was like a track coach and speed and agility coach. So I'm really big on that, like really big on like endurance and footwork. And so
we just posted a footwork pattern today.
Yeah, so I'm really big on that kind of stuff.
That one's 30 inches across because my inseam is 30 inches. So if you want to make one, that's how big you measure it.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
So do you make a lot of your like own equipment?
Yeah, we make a lot of equipment here. Yeah, for sure. That pattern, though, comes from my Sifu. That's not my pattern. It's his pattern.
Okay. But yeah, I would definitely just say the full work ladder. And what was the second question?
What's your favorite piece?
My favorite piece? My favorite piece. I don't know. Like, I don't really have a favorite. I love all of them, and I love all my equipment. Everyone has a purpose, you know. I can't cancel one out. But what about you? What about you guys?
Let's see.
Most important. Oh man.
I think the most important is probably the power rack. That's one of the most important. So your squat rack where you can do all your lifting in. I think that's huge.
Yeah.
Favorite, I really like the stones and the Wing Chun. I really like those.
I'd say our axle's really important because you can do a lot of stuff with that.
Yeah.
Definitely train grip huge using an axle.
Yeah, you can use an axle for everything. Squat, bench,
deadlift, all kinds of stuff. So I think axle's huge.
How does the axle look?
We got a few different ones, but I'll show you the main one.
And then my favorite piece, besides the golden potato, of course, would be my slingshot. So I can overload my bench press.
It's about that fat.
Okay.
And it's a 2-inch stainless steel bar, basically.
You put weights on there too?
Yeah, it's stainless steel. It's just a normal bar.
Stainless steel bar.
Oh, yeah, it's huge.
Yep.
Yeah, 2.5 inches.
We have a 3-inch one as well.
Sheesh. Yeah, your grip has to be good trying to use something like that, bro.
Yeah.
There's no way. Gee,
so that definitely works your grip all the time, and you can do every other lift you want on it. So that's one of the
ones we'll be doing in the competition.
That's why I think that one's so important.
And we expect guys at the competition to be able to pull over 400 pounds on that thing.
What are you gonna do with it? Like
deadlift?
Double overhand deadlift.
Yeah, it's double overhand deadlift. So both hands forward, no straps.
Oh yeah. What's your thought on that? I always go this way, but I always see people go like reverse.
If you're not lifting a junk load of weight, I was just talking, actually, our last interview, we were just talking to a guy that at 198 pounds, he totaled 2,000 pounds. He did 804 on the squat, 66 on the deadlift, and 530 on the bench. Like insane numbers, okay?
That's nice.
And I kind of agree with what he says about deadlift, is that if you're not doing an insane number, going for some big record, that just do double overhand, because the reverse grip puts a lot of twisting torque on your body that's really unnecessary.
Mm-hmm.
Unless you're just trying to pull a record.
Yeah, I was going to say, I agree. Always double overhand. Yeah. Unless you're trying to break records.
Yeah. When we do too much that we can't grip, we just put straps on and continue to do overhand, double over to train the posterior chain.
Ah, got you. Let's try it out.
So, yeah, like I said, my favorite's probably, like I said, the slingshot. Though I love overloading my bench. And
the slingshot.
Yeah, it's a device that you put over both arms, and it's really stretchy and it's super tight, so it goes on your chest. So you can.
I don't know why I was thinking of. I thought you were thinking of like an actual sling. I'm like a slingshot, but yeah, you put it over the biceps. Yeah.
Yep.
Have you used the bench block?
Bench claw?
It's like the bench block. You like attach it to the barbell.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, I haven't.
So it's like, if I had the barbell here, I'll attach it to the barbell, and it kind of helps you get accustomed to the weight. So I wouldn't go all the way down to my chest. I would probably go like halfway, or I'd probably go a quarter of the way or something like that, but it helps you get accustomed. So when I was practicing 225, it's an old video, but I'll send it to your Instagram.
Yeah, you can attach it, and it's like different heights, right?
It's different heights on the bar. Yeah,
that's cool.
So it's pretty cool. It helps you. It definitely helps me get used to how 225 feels. That was just always my goal, being able to lift 225, because I'm still a small guy, but I was hanging around with guys that were like doing crazy numbers. So I was like, I gotta.
That's probably me.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's cool. I hadn't talked to somebody who used the bench block. That's something I've had my eye on for a little bit because it's a cheap device that makes a big difference. It's cool.
Yeah, it's definitely pretty cool. So what's your thoughts on nutrition?
Oh, I think it's huge. I think it's huge in so many different ways, especially supplementing the right way. As we get older, our body loses the ability to produce a lot of glucosamine. So I think glucosamine supplementing is huge, especially anytime you do endurance running or any kind of long exercising, because you're going to recover probably 2 to 3 times as fast if you're taking some kind of glucosamine supplement to really oil up those joints, because you're just going to kill yourself after 30, 35 when you can't really produce it as well. I think now as well, you find a lot of foods that have some kind of steroid or growth hormone in it because we're trying to feed to such a mass population. We can't do it. So you're not getting all the nutritional value you need in most foods. So for the masses, I think supplementing just your diet in general is going to be big.
That's true. Definitely.
Yeah, I think using food as medicine is just smart. If you got something wrong with you, look up what you can eat to help it. If you've got this annoying little thing that's going on with you, like, oh, I got this joint that's annoying. What can I eat for joint health? What can I supplement in my diet to help out a little bit? And I think that's important.
Yeah.
Just to realize that food is also medicine and keep that in mind.
Exactly.
And yeah, definitely watch our interview we did with Matt, the last interview. It's going to come out next week, Matt Salfeld, because he is battling colon cancer right now. And he blames it on his diet he had as a powerlifter. He used to eat like a pound of ground meat in a sitting, just a ton of protein, ton of steak, ton of just red meat, because as a powerlifter, and this was back, 20 years ago, that's what the diet was. That's what they told you to do. They told you to just eat a ton of protein in each sitting. So yeah, he actually blames that on what happened to him, and now he's in a whole lot better health. And he's dealing with the cancer, but his outlook on where to go from here, where his diet is now and where he's going to go in the future, is definitely a lot better.
Yeah, damn, that's crazy. Definitely.
He's only 36. So
he's 36?
He's only 36.
Sheesh.
So yeah.
Yeah, now my eating lifestyle is totally different. I've been
fast bad habits to get you.
Yeah, I've been plant-based for like 3 years now. But my understanding is just like either you eat things in moderation or you make sure you're getting I feel like we most cancel out the importance of fruits and vegetables, Even with the keto diet, it's like, yeah, you can get your protein, but too much of protein isn't good. Like your body can't process all of that protein.
I still don't think putting butter in your coffee can be good for you. I don't care what the keto diet says. I think bulletproof coffee or whatever they're talking about, where they put like a damn stick of butter in their coffee, it can't be good for you. I don't care what they say. I'm disagreeing with that forever.
Yeah, I've seen it. I have one of my roommate's girlfriend's doing the keto. She hasn't did that. I've seen that, but that would have been crazy if I seen it. But
they put butter in their coffee. I don't know this thing.
That would have made you trip saying that.
I was like, bro, what are you doing? Yeah, a stick of butter. Yeah, but it's like
I don't know how much it is. It's like a tablespoon though, for real, of like butter they put in their coffee.
Why? Like
I don't know.
What is that gonna do? Yeah, but yeah, just in moderation, but just make sure you're just getting your fruits and veggies. Like I don't do a lot of supplements now, mainly because they're just like crazy expensive. If I needed, I would, but like when in college I was spending like $200 a month. I'm like, I don't know if I can keep this up. Like, yeah,
it's a whole other thing you got to look at too, because the supplement industry makes so much money that.
Oh yeah.
I mean, so much of it's crap, and
your body gets so
some
used
of
to
it's
it too.
So it just depends. You got to supplement. Like I said, supplementing correctly is the important part.
Yeah, if you take a lot of supplements, then you get off them, man, your body goes crazy.
Oh yeah, that's like I've noticed that just with like pre-workout, like your body. I used to take Mr. Hyde, and Mr. Hyde is very, very intense, but I got used to it. Like I would take it and I wouldn't have the same effect. So I had to like just stop drinking it because it's like my body was so used to, and then your body would crave it. So like you would wake up,
Yeah.
you got your full 8 hours, but you still feel like you're missing energy. You still feel like
Yeah.
you're tired. So had to like
That's why I
yeah.
say supplement the right way, but you have to be definitely cautious and know what you're doing there and make sure you're doing all plant-based and everything like that too when it comes to supplements. It's like I said, such a huge industry and they make so much money that, you know, there's a lot of fake crap out there. It's just going to happen because they want to make money. So you got to definitely have a very big knowledge base when it comes to that.
Oh yeah. Like you were saying, like just doing your research if you're experiencing some kind of injury and things like that, because it's like I said, this is the information age. You can learn so much.
Yeah.
But I always say most don't do it because now it's like now that you're aware of it, you got to make that choice of either I'm gonna go this way and do what I need to do, or I'm gonna go back into my old habits. And I feel like people get caught in that middle because it's like they don't know what's next when they make this transition.
Yeah.
So they fear the unknown, not knowing it's good for them, but
one of the biggest fears of man is the fear of change for some reason.
Yep.
100%.
So what last advice do you have for the average person trying to get fit and healthy?
My last advice, find your why. What's the purpose of you doing it? And don't let it be something that's like external. Find something that's internal, because then it could be more of a motivation for it. It could be more of a driving force. Don't just focus on the results. Don't look for like 30 days to shred it. Like, come on, like you have to you have to realize it's a process to it, and just stay committed to it. Like it's gonna be gruesome, it's gonna be tiring, but it'll be worth it in the long run once you see where you're getting to and once you see how you're feeling better. So yeah, find your why and realize that it won't come overnight.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, health and fitness, I think, is a complete force multiplier. It makes everything in your life stronger.
And I 100% agree with the whole external, internal thing, because so many people in January are like, I'm going to get that summer bod, I'm going to have a six-pack, and I'm going to look great. I got 6 months to do it. Well, how's that going for you? It's, February 1st. How you doing,
exactly,
buddy?
Yeah. No, definitely as a trainer, man, I get so many people hit me up like, oh, man, I'm trying to cut 20 pounds in 20 days. I'm like, what? Like, this is not going to work. I don't know why you're hitting me.
They got a hot date. They got a hot date with Fifi in 20 days, and they ain't gonna make it.
Exactly. So I don't know, man. It's like, and then it's like so many supplements out there that's promising them this, that you're gonna get to this in 20, 30 days. It's like, no.
Yeah, 100% agree with that. Might have lost him for a second.
There you go.
There we go.
I lost you for a second.
Yeah,
man. Those fad diets are just ridiculous.
Oh, it's crazy, man.
Crack in a pill. I mean, sure, it'll give you energy, but who knows what it's going to do to you?
Yeah.
Crack in a pill. No, that's so true. You don't know the long-term effects. I had so many guys that was when they had the physique show that was like, yeah, and they went into doing like the steroids and stuff. I'm like,
yeah, did a physique show.
Temporarily you're gonna look amazing, but long term it's gonna be some big effects. Like that's how I see it now. I look for the long term. It's like, how are you gonna feel? How are you gonna look?
That's
sure,
awesome.
Absolutely.
Did you see? That's just funny. A physique show. Just for some reason, I just think of like the Johnny Bravo character of in the physique show. You get a lot of guys that are huge up top and they have little chicken legs. Like they skip leg day too many times.
Yeah, every time I see that in the gym, and I'm like, what? Why is that like? How are you okay with it? I don't get it. Like you're a triangle.
Well, the board shorts, they cover the legs. It's fine.
But no, they come in there with the regular shorts, and oh yeah, you're huge. And then I look down, I'm like, how are your legs holding that up? Like
your legs are screaming at you. Give us some muscle. We need help down here.
Yeah, I don't get it. I don't know what's the biggest craze of guys being big up top, because your legs are stronger than your upper body, so you should want to have a
muscles are much bigger in your legs than up top.
Yeah, it seems like having good muscles to help you, like walk,
stand
and stuff, like would help you in this world. I think. I don't know.
Yeah, it should. It definitely would, man. I don't know why people are so obsessed with that stuff.
It's only a couple of people that I thought could get away with having that big of an upper body and no lower body. And that's because they're in a wheelchair and they can't walk or stand.
Yeah,
like Simon Rahman, or the other guy in the wheelchair that has like a monkey bars in his house. I forgot his name, but
oh yeah, stuff like that. I'll let you slide, but other than that, it's like
other than that, work them damn legs.
Exactly, like bro, come on. I don't know why people fear leg day though. It doesn't make sense. Any workout you're gonna feel pain, like leg day is the best day.
Man, I have nightmares about some leg days that you fall going up the stairs afterwards.
Oh yeah, leg days can be pretty gruesome. Like they can be painful, man, the next couple of days, but it's
worst thing I ever did was try to jump a fence after a big leg day.
Yeah.
I came down and just went bloop and then fell over. Like, it was such a struggle to get up to the top of the fence. I know I shouldn't have jumped off of it. Like, it was such a struggle getting up there.
You should climb down.
I'm like, yeah, whatever, I'm going for it. And they did nothing to support my fall, other than like act as like these springs that basically got just shot down and launched me sideways onto my shoulder.
Your knees hit your chest.
Yeah, I think both my knees hit my shoulders, and I just
fell over. Jeez, no. That'd be hilarious.
So do you have any questions for us before we let you go, Couch Potato Strong?
Oh yeah. What made you? How did you come up with it, and why did you come up with it?
Biggest reason we came up with it was because we've always worked out in a home gym, and the gyms are closed down, so we couldn't really do any work at a regular gym anyway. The martial arts studio closed down. I built a Wing Chun. We had nowhere to lift. So we figured, we might as well do the home gym thing, show people some of our DIY stuff, because he's an engineer and we built some cool stuff. And then at the same time, reach out to people in the grip community and see if they want to give us some advice on what to do. So that's when we came up with the golden potato idea and decided, if we make this funny grip tool that will put a smile on people's faces, maybe, that would get us some attention. And then we tried to do it, but it didn't work out. So we just prayed to the grip gods, and they made the golden potato grow in our magical garden. So that's the whole thing that really happened.
Yeah, we couldn't make one.
So. Yeah, we couldn't actually wind up pull it off, but grip gods supplied it for us. So
we get good harvest
on that. And yeah, other than the biggest thing for why I really did it is because it takes a lot to motivate me. Mm-hmm. Like, honestly, I don't find very many things all that difficult. I trained pretty hard at martial arts, and I got a national champion. And then I tried pretty hard at school, and I wound up getting my PhD with a 3.97 GPA, which was pretty cool. But it just takes hard work. And I don't think anything that takes dedication and hard work is all that difficult. I think avoiding disease, avoiding, marauders, staying out of the weather, having good food, good nutrition, that's what really takes hard work. That's the stuff that's out of our control.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I think those are the things that are hard. So for me, having done a lot of stuff that I didn't find too difficult just through hard work and dedication, I knew the only way I was going to really motivate myself to get off my butt and really work out hard after 8 years of doing my academics, because I sat on my butt the whole time I was in school. I worked as a security officer that was sitting at a gate, basically. So I was able to do homework while sitting, and then sitting to do school, and I was sitting all the time. So for me, it's if I make it so a bunch of people are watching me, then I have to work out. It's like I have accountability of like 500 people now following Couch Potato. So like if I ain't getting at it, they're going to be like, well, what are you doing? Thought this was couch potato strong, not couch potato lard. You know, so
that's so true.
Yeah, and then another reason, I mean, one is there's been always these trade secrets and secrets on lifting, and people made a lot of money with their whole kind of like their circus acts of strength. And we don't like that. We don't care what your trick is. We want everybody to know your training technique so we can actually have a competition, see who's actually the strongest. We don't need tricks. We don't need secrets. We want to know how to work out, why you work out, what's going to get me the biggest gains, and why should I follow that. And talking to so many people that have done it for long periods of time and have, won championships and have done, been the pinnacle of grip sport, being able to get them to share their knowledge with everybody. You can send it out to the masses and they feel like they have a place to go. They know what they could do next. They know how to train correctly. They could get into a sport and actually see, okay, so this is all I have to do, work my butt off, and I have a roadmap to success, basically. So I think that was a huge part of it, just being able to supply that to people and getting the mindset out of, hey, we're all here in a community. Let's share everything we know. Let's get more people involved in a sport and let's grow it the right way. So we have a bunch of people that just want to hang out and do better and uplift each other and train hard and train correctly.
Exactly. He has better genetics. So that's the reason why he's stronger. No.
Yeah, you hear that a lot.
Yeah, you hear that a lot because people wind up believing in it.
100%. Would y'all do like seminars and like stuff like that?
No, we're just doing it for fun. This is more a networking experience than anything else. Experiment in networking.
Yeah.
Just trying to reach out and, get people talking.
Okay.
Yeah. We put everything out on podcasts. They could listen to our podcast with whoever they want.
How often is the lifts? How often are like the competitions?
We are doing 2 of our own competitions this year. That's the Golden Potato Championship and Gripmas in July, and we run those in July. And then we'll also be hosting the World Super Series, but that's like we don't know if it's an annual thing or if it's going to be something that happens all the time. It just popped up, and we were asked if we wanted to host it in our area. So we're also going to be hosting that one as well. So we plan on hosting just 2 a year and competing in some other ones.
Yeah, we'll be at King Kong in Texas in October. We're going to go out to Texas and do King Kong there.
And there's some monstrous grip dudes out there. I'll send you some links to their accounts, like Adam Glass and Tanner Merkel. They're ridiculous when it comes to grip.
Yeah.
Okay. Adam Glass weighs 212 pounds, and you regularly see him doing like L-sits while pinching rafters. Okay. Just pinch the rafters, L-sit pull-ups on rafters.
I'm going to go undercover and prove that he's an alien when we're there, because
I
don't think he's legit.
So
a human. So
it's just consistent training. He's been at it for 10 years, and
more, man.
Yeah, and he's one of the best because of it. That's all it is.
Well, what would be for people that's like?
But I do eventually plan on teaching about. You said seminars. I do eventually plan on teaching martial arts, and maybe teaching in a way that a lot of people don't, where my school isn't just for martial arts, but it's like a family training center where you also learn like family roles in, outings or situations where, someone's being the blanket to watch the kids and someone's being, coverage and security to look out and make sure that, things are safe, and you're learning about the roles that you can play to protect your family in the world. Yeah, so I think that's important.
Then I think the pandemic was just a huge opportunity for us to help the average person get fit and healthy. That's why we always ask what advice people have for that, because I think during this time, mental health and fitness is so big. I think just working out and even walking around your block, getting out, getting some sun or whatever can really change your outlook on life and your complete attitude, and allows you to hang in there one more week or one more month or whatever. Right. I think just working out is such a big part of that, and people really tend to realize that when they actually start doing something, even if they just, like I said, strolling around the block or something. And I think it's just so important.
Oh yeah, it's like those think it's the endorphins. Like how you feel after like an intense good workout. It's like that's what started to get me to come back when I first started lifting. I was like, man, you feel like you're floating. You feel so good. You feel alive. Like it's like another energy rush. So I feel like once people get to experience that, that's kind of like a stepping stone to get them to coming back. But like I feel like what you're doing now, what both of you guys are doing now, it's like helping them also see that you don't need a lot of people think, oh, I need to be at a gym. You don't need to be at a gym. You can work out anywhere, anytime. You can work out at home. So get out of that mindset of, having to go and pay $40, $50 a month, $100 a month for a gym membership when you can be, saving that and also creating your own stuff, doing like DIYs and,
or just go to a dry river and find some good rocks.
Exactly. Go to a playground.
Yeah, the playground workouts.
Playground 100%. Workouts are insane.
That's free. Do yourself a favor and walk fast to the playground. And you get benefits twice.
Yeah, that's 100%.
That post some playground workouts online, man. Just monsters. I'm sure you've seen them.
Oh yeah, 100%. And they're big with like calisthenics. A lot of people that are doing like a body weight training is
absolutely.
Very big.
Yep. And you can get huge. It's surprising how big you can get doing that body weight training. When you stop like doing push-ups with your feet and you start just flying doing push-ups and all the crazy stuff they're doing and putting all their weight on their arms when they're doing it's insane. I mean, you see guys out there with these huge 20+ inch arms off of body weight workouts. It's crazy.
It's crazy. I've seen that stuff. What's like I'm trying to think of the question I'm looking for. What's something that you would tell somebody like the importance of grip training? Why do you think grip training is essential? And how do you think it's like transferable?
Well, I'd give them a gun, and then I would have them try to shoot a target with one hand.
Okay.
Several times and see what their grouping is if they could do it quickly. And then I'd explain to them they missed. It's basically, when it comes down to life or death, I mean, really, there's a reason why when you're in flight or flight that more blood rushes to your hands and feet. It's so you can run or so you can fight. So you might as well encourage that a little bit. You might as well train your feet a little bit, train your hands a little bit, train your rooting, train your footwork, train your ability to apply pressure into the ground and get away if you need to,
right? And
train your hands. So if you have to grab an object and hit them with it, that object doesn't come out of your hands. You hit them hard with it, as simple as that.
And like I said, when you're grappling with somebody over a tussle, you're going to be able to control them more. But if I could really do them a favor, I think I'd get an aging machine and tell them to never train grip. And then when they're 80, I'm going to have them open a pickle jar.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's all they have in their damn cabinet is a pickle jar. If they can't get that son of a bitch open, they don't get to live.
Pretty much.
So if you're 80 and can't open a pickle jar because you have no grip left, then what are you going to do?
That's hilarious.
Another cool thing is grip is one of the last things to go, too. So if you train it real hard when you're young, it doesn't deteriorate as fast as its tendons and ligaments, as opposed to muscle training. So it tends to stick around a little longer.
Man, I could catch that kid that's always walking across my yard when I'm 75 and grab him by their shirt. Get out of my yard, kid.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, like, what the heck? Old man hands. Super strong. What's going on here?
Yeah, you're going to be known for sure. No one's going to walk on your lawn at all.
That's right.
Yeah, not that. I can definitely. I never thought about that. Like why the blood rushes to your hands and your feet.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's to fight or to escape.
It's key to understand what happens to you in those situations, so that you can then train and prepare for it.
That's why you see mom lift a semi because all that blood rushing through her arms to her hands. She could pick up something crazy to get that baby out or something.
And what you don't hear about, though, is that she also breaks her wrist and tears ligaments in her elbow and dislocates her shoulder to lift that semi. All your hormones are there, but your body can't handle it. So you might as well prepare yourself for that situation because some people do come out of those situations of extreme adrenaline fairly injury-free. Most of them wind up tearing themselves up doing that miraculous feat. Yeah. Some of them that are consistently strong people that also wind in that situation don't tear themselves up as bad. So it's just basically help you know your body when it comes down to it, your mind's going to make your body do something crazy. So help it out a little bit.
Yeah, prepare for that. Prepare your body
basically
for it.
Help it out because it's going to tear you up. That brain is going to send a signal to your body to make it do something crazy, and it's going to, you're going to do it. That's the thing. If some murderer is coming to get you, you're going to run 20 miles if you have to. Mm-hmm. Even if you're horribly out of shape, you're going to do it.
Right, yeah.
If you're unbelievably passionate about living, you're going to do it or you're going to get murdered. That's what's going to happen, right?
Exactly.
So you're going to make that run. And if you're unprepared, it's going to destroy your body,
That's so
but
true.
You'll survive. So that's the whole thing. Just help the fight or flight a little bit, I think.
Yeah. Would y'all ever do like obstacle courses? Like dealing with grip training?
We have so many friends that do obstacle course racing. That's where we got a lot of people at first from. We have elite obstacle course racers that are world, competing in world champions, have got like 3rd or 4th place in worlds. And we find out that their grip is absolutely immaculate without it training at all. And we could help them step up to the next level because we train grip. But
we're absolutely at Gripmas in July.
Absolutely, we would do obstacle course racing just so we could give it back to them and be like, all right, we'll try your world out. But I need to drop some weight first and do some other things before I give it a go. But I'll definitely do a couple of OCRs just so we could give it back to that group.
Mix in like a couple of deadlifts in the middle of the OCR or something, like in the middle of the obstacle course. You got to lift up this big heavy weight and flip this giant tire. That'd be cool. Then I might have a chance.
But we'll
that's what I'm saying. Like,
because we have to.
Which the brand that you have, like create like, since you do the competitions, mix the competition with an obstacle course race. So you're doing your running, you're getting your endurance on. All right, but in the middle of this, we have to carry these 2 cinder blocks, to the next spot.
I thought, those rings or those monkey bars that you have to go across. I think we're just going to hang a bunch of golden potatoes. So you have to cross, the river on golden potatoes.
That'd be cool too.
You got to just grab those. So it's a lot harder ledge to grab, and you have to swing yourself across, like an area of golden potatoes or something. I don't know.
Yeah, that'd be cool too. Working that grip, man. 100%. I'll be down. You get an obstacle course, I'm there. Man.
We'll get one set up then.
I got you for sure.
Well, thanks for joining us today, man. Appreciate it.
Oh, no problem, man. Thanks for reaching out, man. That was dope.
Absolutely.
I'll be in a minute.
For sure, man. So enjoy the rest of your day. We appreciate all the wisdom you shared. Some good conversation here. Absolutely.
Oh no, likewise, man. I actually do. I have this podcast named Anchor. I'm not sure how I can maybe if you download it, I definitely would. Yeah, if you're down to be on, I got a podcast called Food for Soul. So you can do a topic on like grip training.
Yeah, I think I saw the link on your page for the podcast Food for Soul. That'd be cool.
Yeah, for sure, definitely. I'll reach out and then we can just set it up, man. It made me want to go work out, so all this information that I've gained now, I want to go to the gym, so I gotta make sure I got enough time.
Yeah, I'll shoot you some info about some guys that would really help you with grip. That one of them runs a company, Gil Goodman. He would definitely give you some really good advice about grip training. He's a good guy to talk to. Adam Glass is a really good guy to talk to that trains a ton of grip and knows everything there is about it. So those are a couple guys that could definitely steer you in the right direction. Yeah. And we've got tons of information on our page about where to go to get into grip.
Yeah. Any spots in like Florida?
Yeah, I have no idea. Probably. There's like 21 places around the nations doing the World Series. So I bet you there is.
I bet you there's somebody.
Yeah, I think that Tampa might have a spot actually. Yeah. So I'll let you know.
Okay.
I'll check out the locations and let you know what's close.
And we'll find out who's in that area too.
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely. Because whoever's hosting it is going to have a team of dudes that are top grip guys. So, for sure.
Gotcha.
Somebody's got to be over there.
Exactly. Has to.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Well, nice chatting with you.
Yep, man. Y'all have a good one, man. Nice meeting both of you guys.
Enjoy the rest of your night.
Yep, you too.